Hello, everybody. Let me know if the music's too low today. So I tried to adjust the volume, but hi everyone. Hi Skull King. Hi Cancerous. Hi Alof. Hi Ants. Hi Skull King. Hi Jishi. Hi Polly. Hi Kyber. Hi Moose. Hi Evo. Hi Fush. Hi Mishi. Hi Kenny. How you guys doing? Hi Sam.
Owen Wilson
Hi
fact
Unknown.
of the day. Owen has said wow in 27 different movies going back as far 1996. Wow.
When he did the first WoW, was it like iconic already? I don't really know too much about Owen Wilson other than the WoW thing, but thank you for the 100 bits, dude. But wow. It does sound like his WoW. I'm definitely saying it. Let's go tempo review. I got some really good feedback on the tempo review. The written stuff. A lot of people seemed to like it. But there was also a mixed group of people. Dude, I'm gonna sort of bring something up right now that I find frustrating as someone who's doing these type of things. I did the tempo written review. I did the video review. I feel like I was as critical as I could have been without passing the boundaries of still expressing what I wanted to think, but rude. And there are still people who are like saying it's not critical enough. I'm really confused as to what else needs to be looked at critically. If it was one or two comments, I would have said, sure, like it's just people being idiots, but like, I'm so confused. Just people tired of hearing mode praise? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's so confusing. Cool story.
Happy 2 years, Alex.
Thank you, dude.
Flies.
Appreciate you, man. Love you, dude. But yeah, it was just, it was interesting. And then there was also, one person was kind about it. They understood like my counter rebuttal to it. But some people are, I guess, comparing the tempo to the Monike V2. But the Monike V2 is a totally different keyboard. Different mounting system, different price point, different feature set. So, I don't know. I don't really... I guess I'm a little confused. To be honest, I got a little tired of the Envoy price since I thought the thin sound by standoffs was a deal breaker. I still don't think it's a thin sound. I use my Envoy every day. I don't think this is thin. But, I mean, I get it, Mishi. Everyone's entitled to, like, think what they want to think about the sound and stuff. Totally. I can't resub with my Prime. Amazon just cursing me. Amazon's weird. You know what I did today? Oh, man. I did something that I hate doing. So I signed up for this thing called Duet Display because at one point last year I was editing a lot of my photos with my iPad, but then I stopped doing it. And in my head, I thought the app was, I think I paid $35 for it, and I thought the app was $35. Today, or I guess a few days ago because I didn't notice, I got charged another $35. I didn't realize it was a subscription. So I tried to send them an email saying, can I have my money back for that $35, but I don't think they're going to do it. Dude, I hate when I think, honestly, I'm usually pretty good. I cancel things immediately. But what I think happened was I actually thought it was an app price, didn't realize it was a subscription price. So people in niche hobbies tend to dislike companies that get popular from what I've seen. I kind of feel like that's also a little bit of what's happening. But it's also a little tiring because, like, is this hobby only about rooting for the underdog or rooting for the people who are, like, super hype and everyone in between doesn't really get love? Hi, just discovered your channel. I've been binging keyboard videos, so please keep doing what you're doing. Love from India. RX, thank you so much, bro. I really appreciate that, dude. Yes, cassettes. I have all the Panasonic chips. I literally... oh, God, my throat is not having it today. Let me actually send those to you right now because I actually I looked for them today for you. Let me see. I got those. We have a slower night tonight, and I have nothing really planned. So let me get you those Pantone chippies. All right, I'm gonna take a little screenshot for you, and I'm gonna send them to you, cassette. So there is 2 different versions of the Stone. You guys probably heard my screenshot button. You can pick which one works for you, because I think both of them are practically the same. Hi, let me just do this because I can't message you for some weird reason. There you go. I had it pulled up, I just never sent it to you. today. Anyways, got it to you. The thing I feel like Mode vibe is down to earth compared to other big companies in the hobby. Yeah, I also feel that way too. Been waiting to try this and we'll post updates to your Discord. Sounds good. What are you doing again with the cassettes? I don't even know what you're doing. I think as long as you're being honest, you don't have to worry about. The thing is, and this is the weird part about. And excuse me, I'm just bitching about stuff, so you guys can ignore me. But like, I can sit here and I can be like honest in a very kind way. So, for example, one of the comments I got was I didn't spend enough time talking about the negative stuff, and that was regarding the tempo. Even though I wrote a whole, technically I reiterated it twice in the article about how I didn't like the screw idea and how it got a little bit worse in the tempo. In the video, I also mentioned it. Does the whole review get centered about the one thing that I don't like? And I think that's kind of where like I'm struggling. But I think we're still in a good spot right now with how I'm working things. So why aren't your thoughts my thoughts? Pretty much. Also, so another little thing, wallpapers. I know a lot of people like them. If you guys aren't aware, I just do wallpaper packs for free. And then if you guys want, you can donate stuff, but it's all up to you. But they're for free. I have a huge update of all the photos when I went to Banff. So you'll get a lot of like nature shots. Honestly, one turned out so good today. I literally sat there for like, I'm not even kidding, dude. I was like staring at this picture for like 10, 15 minutes. I was like, wow, I took this. It's so surreal. Like it's not even my photo. It's just the mountains. Like it's so surreal, dude, right? So surreal. I'm getting tired of people shitting on people's purchases. Every time I see someone mention the Envoy, it's all hate. Can we just let people enjoy their purchase? That's what I've been also preaching. Like, I'm here for objectively bad things and objectively good things and opinions and stuff. But I feel like, and again, this happened multiple times today, and this is something I want to speak out against. I don't like the argument of, I don't know why you're spending money on this keyboard when you should buy this keyboard just because I feel like it's the better value. It's not always about value. And this is what I hate sometimes about dealing with this kind of crowd of people. It's not always about value. Sometimes it's about someone liking the way something looks. Like, what if it looks good and works fine for that person? People tend to forget about that. It's not just about the dollar amount value. And, man, I don't know. It drives me nuts sometimes. I am new to this hobby. I have a question. Will keyboards like Mode Envoy or Neo 65 stop productions? I think the Envoy will probably be around a while. I don't know what the Neo is going to be doing. I have no idea what QK is going to be doing with that. So I think QK is probably going to do like a round or two of that. I'm not too sure about them. People got to learn to keep their negative opinions about people's shit to themselves. Yeah. But my min-maxing? Marcia, are you going to be streaming tonight? I got a studio display recently, posted it on X, and got so much shit for people because it's so expensive. Thank you again, Marcia. Honestly, sir, I have a studio display. I fucking love it. You know, I was actually, funny enough, I was talking about this with another friend, and he was telling me how he was like, oh, because I think I got my studio display for like $300 less than retail, like Canadian. And he was like, oh, you wasted your money. Sorry, someone outside. But basically, here's my thought process. The studio display also has amazing speakers. I know that's not the reason why I bought it, but it just so happened to have really good speakers. I don't have any speakers. I don't need speakers now. So my friend who has a regular monitor that I think he spent like $950 on, also spent, I think he spent, what was it, $300, $400 on his speakers? I'm okay with paying a little bit of a premium if it means I get to free up my desk of 2 speakers. I don't know. I think it's a good monitor. Dude, the speakers are insane. I agree. Ren, thank you so much for the Prime. I really appreciate your 2 months of being here, bro. Agree, and I don't get why so many people love to overcomplicate this hobby so much. Let's be honest with ourselves. A 7-year-old could build their keyboards no problem. Yeah, like I said, the barrier of entry for this hobby is like, other than if you don't have the tools, sure. But like, price-wise, if you can afford something, it's 4 pieces that you really need to accomplish a keyboard outside of tools. It's not like you're hand wiring things with the majority of these kits. Yes, exactly. Barrier for entry is not complexity, it's financial. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Money aside, it's not that hard to get into keyboards complex wise.
Glad to be supporting a young man putting forward good vibes into the
Thank
hobby.
you, Chiffon. Appreciate you. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, guys, all I really care about and what I'm going to continue to do is do things the way I like, be happy with keyboards, continue to not preach that message, but just continue to give off that vibe. And if you guys like it. Also, you know what I noticed today? Because I have to buy a portable hard drive. I don't have one. And I'm running out of space on things for my photos. They've come down in price a lot. The last time I looked at a portable hard drive was like 10 years ago. Dude, you can pick up like a portable hard drive, easy peasy, like $50 to $90 right now. It's crazy. So I picked up myself a little, I think I spent $90 on it. A little terabyte of extra space. That's all I need for the edited photos. My Creamy Neo came in and I wait for my Jelly. Let's go, dude. But not Thunderbolt drives. Those are still freaking expensive. Yeah, I was looking at the Thunderbolt drives, and as much as I'd like one, $500 is still a lot of money for extra storage for a Thunderbolt drive. So I'm gonna just pass on that. I ended up just getting like an SSD storage one for $90. I'm okay with that. Maybe down the road I'll pick up 10 terabytes or something if I really need it. NAS build when? That's down the road too. If I ever need one, because I don't do a lot of filming, right? It's more photos. One thing I did notice, sorry, I'm like going on tangents here. We'll look at the keyboard in a second. Whenever you use the enhance feature in Lightroom, the photos, at least the raw photos from my cameras, end up being like 400 to 800 megabytes a piece. So it's a lot. Loving that desk mat. Dude, this is the one from Polybius. I actually really like this desk mat as well. It looks great. Although the hanger left a little bump on this, so. New Osame set. I didn't see the new Osame set though. Not everyone is willing to dump an entire day the cherry picking switches and testing configs. Yeah, that's true too. Not everyone is. Something about RAWs? Oh, the RAW photos? By the way, hi Alex, hi chat, hi Pattis, how you doing? All right, so we're checking out two things today, by the way, really quick. First, I'm going to be using Captain Sterling switches, which are the iced latte switches. I actually don't know how many are in here. I have a set of backup switches. I hope there's enough for a 65. I didn't count. I did take a look. Didn't occur to me to account now. But they are a coffee kind of base switch. It's kind of cute. They put it in an actual coffee bag. It's like a little scent thing. I did take a sniff. There was no coffee, unfortunately. It would have been fun if they put like a coffee scent somehow in here. Missed opportunity. No coffee scent. So missed opportunity there. Would have been great for that. That would have been a nice refreshing, like, ooh, this is cool. But it is a linear polycarbonate housing, palm stem, 3.5 mil travel, 20 millimeter spring, gold plate is a 2-stage spring, 55 gram bottom out. Interesting. The switches remind me of when Charo made popcorn switches and set them in popcorn bags. Yeah, I like little things like this. It's always cute. It's always a little cute to do things like this. And here are the switches. So it does look like an iced coffee. It has that same tone, you know. I get it. And there's like, maybe this can be like the creamer or whatever. If you put in creamer to your iced coffee, which I do. So it says they're hand lubed. I did inspect them. For a hand lubed switch, again, I don't know if this is actually done by hand or if they're just saying hand lubed here. They were pretty good. Me personally, it's a little lighter than what I would normally do on a personal switch, but there's nothing wrong with that because that's all preference. So they seemed pretty good. The spring was well lubricated. I opened up about 4 or 5 earlier, and they all were pretty consistent. I didn't open up all of them, unfortunately, but I'll hope that when I type on the board afterwards, it'll all be consistent. So yeah, it's definitely a little bit brighter in sound signature in hand, but it feels good. So I'm excited to try these. Packaging's cute too. Pretty cute. That's a Bright Sound Boy, yeah. Just noticed we're using the same desk pad. This is like one of my favorite desk pads. I feel like it might be kind of dirty at this point. All right, and then we're doing dude, I actually thought this was called the Sin65. But then someone mentioned yesterday that it might be like that's, I think it's pronounced Sin65, like the math equation thing. Is it sine or is it sin? It's not sin, right? I don't know. I felt kind of stupid afterwards because I don't know. I thought it was sin. My bad. Sine, cosine? Yeah. So I was wrong. It's not called the Sin65. Price point, I believe this was $279. Actually, I think that was just for the base unit. Hold on, what was the cost of the $288 for the semi-transparent, which is the one that I'm using today. And I believe the regular schmegular, oh no, it is $288. So $288. $288 is the base price. I thought it was $279 for some weird reason. $288. They have a little installation guide. And apparently you can build this plateless as well if you end up getting a soldered PCB. I need a 65% version of the duality called the Sin65. Oh, that's a good opportunity to make something pretty cool with that. Yeah. All right, let's see what's in the accessory box. I didn't open up this. I did inspect the keyboard. Oh, okay, I got the hot swap version. Oh, that's kind of cool. I don't know if you guys can see what's going on with the PCB already. Oh, that's kind of cute. All right, I appreciate the PCB. I appreciate that. That's pretty cool. It is creative. I know it's just the PCB, but I appreciate that. I'm gonna also be up front right now, bro. I have no idea what any of this means. I really don't even remember what sine, cosine, whatever that's. I don't even know what that is. I don't remember because I've never used it other than school. So this just looks like a bunch of cool math equations to me. It's just wavy things. I remember seeing this stuff. I just don't remember how to use it or what it's for. Math equals hard? Yeah, I guess. But you can see this is also potentially plateless, but I don't think I want to risk it with the hot swap. So I think I'll just build this with a plate today. You probably don't have to use it unless you're in physics. Then why do they teach you in high school? All right, we got ribbon cables with a daughter board. It's a proprietary daughter board, I can already tell. This is gigantic looking over here. God damn, dude. Ren, thank you so much for 5 tier 1s. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Also, Marcia, did you see you were streaming tonight? Boo, Marcia, those puns. Don't be obtuse. It's not acute, Alex. I know what that means. Obtuse angle, you know? I get it. So this I'm not a huge fan of proprietary daughter boards. I'm not saying that daughter boards fail very often because I don't think I've had, maybe I can count on one hand how many times I've needed to replace a daughter board. But I think it's always handy to use something, universal. But whatever, it's there. We have some screws. I think we have a backup daughter board. Yeah, backup daughter board, I guess. Did they send me multiple PCBs in here? Let me find out. And then some other screws and stuff in here. Then we have a few plates. We have what looks like aluminum, polycarbonate, lots and lots of foam. Which I'm going to put aside for now because I don't really care for the foam at the moment. All right, let's put some stuff to the side. Put some stuff over here. Cool. I learned from the best. Does Pattis usually do puns? It better be readily available for a long time in the future. Yeah, that's also my kind of thing too. It makes me a little nervous picking up proprietary daughter board keyboards. I mean, I just appreciate the universal ones more usually. All right, this is the keyboard itself. So I actually really like the way this looks. I'll tell you right now. I think this keyboard has thicker bezels, obviously. But what's really nice about this, it might not be as pronounced on this particular version because this is the polycarbonate unit, but it actually has a pretty fun side profile. You probably might want to look at the aluminum side profile on their website a little bit more. Again, polycarbonate's also very hard to kind of show off side profiles, but you can see it kind of flares upwards over there. It's actually relatively pretty. We have this we're going to peel off now too. Does it have a nice like place I can peel this off? Okay, look. It's a nice looking keyboard. The weight's not too big on it, but it does have some heft. It's nice. Looks very sleek and PC. I agree. What's up, Sterling? How you doing, dude? It's really nice. I think it has an overall nice design to it. It does have some, I think some like equation here on the back, but on the PC, it's very hard to see. I mean, even I can't really see it very much in person here. Yeah. So you're not going to really notice that much with the PC. So that's not a corner badge. This keyboard has a separated escape. For what it's worth, I personally don't care for it. Like, it doesn't really mean anything to me. On the website, they put so people don't accidentally click. Like, it lessens the accidental clicks on escape. That has never happened to me. But it is something that, again, when I say I don't care for it, it doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It doesn't affect me none. It might look really cool on the keyboard, but it's something that doesn't really matter to me much. It's interesting, though. It's interesting for sure. I came for the keyboard, but stayed for this handsome face. Thank you, Sterling. Appreciate you, dude. I figured it would be a screen. Oh, that would have been interesting. I don't know if I would want a screen on the left side, though. I would like to keep my escape. Oh, jeez, I thought something was falling. God damn. It was just the thing. If I look like I got scared, that's my own fault. Escape is the catastrophic to accident press anyways. The only keyboard that had like a separated area that was kind of neat was the separated spacebar, the exploded spacebar of the, oh god, what keyboard was that? Something had an exploded spacebar on it, and I thought it was awesome. But yeah, pretty keyboard. Really nice side profile, again, more noticeable on the aluminum version. But very pretty nonetheless. Cool. All right, well, let's lube some stabs. I need to go grab some, actually, because I totally forgot to grab some today. The Nesson 700E. Yeah. That one there is pretty nice. Okay, let's grab some shape. Now, is this... Actually, you know what I want to do before I do anything? I want to open this guy up. I saw in Sap's Discord that he started designing a keyboard with separated spacebar. Is the Nissan the only keyboard to do that so far? With the separated spacebar? It's interesting how a board... it's an interesting board overall. It's just a tougher market these days. You know what's funny about that, Dirty? I've actually said this to a number of vendors, that the $300 price point, even if it's in and around that area, like $290 to $310, the $300 price point is very hard to weasel your way in for the keyboard world, because everything's either at that nice like $200 range or like $150 range. $300, you need to separate yourself and be like, oh, that's a cool board. I would spend a premium to buy something like that. And that's kind of how I'm going forward looking at the $300 price point. So there has to be something that's either eye-catching about it design-wise or just something really awesome about the board. Because it is a tougher market to break into. It's not as premium as $500 boards. Well, $500 boards now, people expect those to be like more of a prestige type thing. Like they have to be something awesome. Ooh, I don't know if I see. Okay. I don't think I see any sort of metal, what are they called again? The helixes? The inserts, threaded inserts. I will take this apart. That's actually what I want to take this apart to see. If this doesn't have metal inserts, to me that's a big deal. But we'll see. We shall see. Orange, thank you so much for the tier 1, dude. Thank you, thank you. No metal inserts. So, not that I ever use a point system, but if I was using a point system, it's a point off. It's at any price point for polycarbonate, I think it's important to have threaded inserts. So there's nothing here that I can see. As you guys can see, no threaded inserts on the polycarbonate version. Again, there is metal versions of this. You won't have to worry about on the aluminum ones. But I will stress to the to Win Studios that they should put something like that here, because that's important, or else you're going to end up truthfully chewing at these and then eventually not having a keyboard that works. This to me was sent as a prototype, so we possibly could have one for the production unit. Also, there's these little built-in, I guess, alignment pegs. They seem to be silicone. That's nice. I'm assuming those are for alignment. Alright, just want to check that out. And I believe you can also do top mount with this. So I don't know if this is gasket as well. I didn't see any gaskets. I don't know if this is a dual mount system. I think this is primarily going to be top mount. Not gonna lie, the gray 65 Sin65, or the gray Sin65 looks very pretty. Yeah, it's an overall pretty keyboard. Actually, what's this gasket too? Oh, there is gaskets. My mistake. It is both. Looks like gasket or top mount, which honestly, that means I kind of want to build. Hey, what do you guys want to see? Aluminum plate or polycarbonate plate? If we do polycarb, that might be really nice for the top mount in the PC. I'm kind of vibing with the polycarbonate today. All right, let's put this to the side. Get this foam out of here. And actually, let's take a look at that PCB one more time. What options do we got here? Oh, we got a fair amount of options. No split backspace, which is totally fine. We have 2-step caps locks, 2 different bottom rows, or 2 caps lock rather, not 2-step caps lock. Nice, very cool. Typically I'm aluminum, but lately I've been really into the whole PC top mount, man. Been so into it. It is a cool PCB. Also, thank you again, guys. And also, Ren, I don't know if I thanked you enough for the 5 gifted subs. Thank you so much, dude. That means a lot. No ISO support on this one. I'm not too sure if the solderable one will have support for that. I don't see a photo for it anywhere. Actually, let me see. The PCB layout. If you buy the wired solderable one, it does look like it has support for the ISO. However, this doesn't have support for anything. But it does show that Bluetooth hot swap, which this isn't, has support for split backspace. Just maybe not the regular hot swap. Mine doesn't have that though. So nice.
Hi Alex.
Hi.
I just heard about MC and Park vendor issue and tried to dispute chargeback worth $1. Wasn't able to dispute the chargeback that was 2+ years. It's very demoralizing and I think it's time for me to drop out of keyboard hobby. But I will still support your stream, smile.
Thank you, dude. But you know what, though, GK? Fuck, man. I really wish I could do something. It makes me feel so bad for everyone who had to deal with the Mexico situation, bro. It honestly makes me feel so bad, dude. Bye, Cancerous. Take care. I never really did any, I never really got the chance to even talk to Mexico all that much. I think I had one small conversation with their owner one time. I kind of wish I did more stuff with them, so maybe I would have like an insight of how they operate it. But man, I don't know. Katana Keys and MW commute set at the moment. If you guys didn't know about Mexico, I don't want to talk about the drama stuff with them because I feel like it's just beating a dead horse. But Novel Keys, which I do work for, so everyone is aware, Novel Keys is actually going to be carrying... I mean, they have a whole post on it. If you look in the NK Discord, I think Mike posted it on Reddit as well. Basically, all the sets that Mexico carried or was going to be using, they're going to be selling, and there's going to be like... Not discount, I guess discounts, whatever you want to call it. Some way to take care of people who also ordered things. So if you guys want to remember about that, or want a reminder about that, or want to like look into that, there's also that for people who had to deal with the Mexico situation. But yeah, unfortunate, man. I'm in the boat of I know some people say that it was just bad business and stuff, but I also feel like it's a little bit more than that. But you know what? Let's not get into it too much. We need teenage engineering and Apple-esque keyboards. Imagine raw aluminum, glass, and semi-translucent details. The thing is, if people did that, I feel like it would need to... Okay, if like those guys did those type of things and like we had those really cool, pretty-looking keyboards, I feel like someone in the community who's already good at designing like good mounting systems and stuff like that and just has an idea about boards would also be great for a collaboration project like that. That would be super cool. But thank you again, GK. Alright, let's lube some stuff. How much lube do I have left? I don't think I have much. I have this last syringe, and then I have so many more vials from Mechland. Alright, let's do some stuff here. I'm kind of glad I don't have to solder tonight, because low-key, my nose is like all plugged up. Also, I had Korean food yesterday, and I had, is it called gochujang? I think I put too much, and their gochujang was really spicy. My stomach has been like, it was delicious. My stomach has been like in shambles today. I have not been having a great day stomach-wise. But God, I've been, yeah, I only recently tried gochujang, or gochujang. I don't know how to pronounce it. Hopefully I'm pronouncing it right. But it is so good, man. Oh, we had takeout. I've been recently so into it. What's my go-to Korean order? I like a few things, but recently I've been really liking bibimbap with I think it's called the dolsat, whatever it's called. The one in the stone bowl, man, is so good, dude. So good. I used to have it a lot way back when, but then the place I went to, I don't remember what the place was. When I was like younger, it closed down. You pronounce gochujang very well. I did? Nice. So good though. So good. But then also I don't mind they have like different bulgogi bowls that I don't mind, and then I also don't mind, actually, what's the other one called? Bibimbap, and there's one or two other dishes that I really like, but honestly I don't remember the names. Insanely common Alex was W for what? What'd I do? I won a Kohaku? Wait, the polycarbonate one? Wait, did those go out yet? The raffles for those? V Misery, thank you so much, bro.
V Misery gifted a tier 1 sub to toon_W0RLD.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate the sub. Thank you. Oh, did anyone get W's here? May I ask, why do you and everyone else who builds cubes lube stabs before you assemble a board, not beforehand? Okay. You want to know this? You want to know the real reason why I lube stabs now? If I were to just build a board, the stream would be perhaps 30 minutes to 45 minutes. because I like talking and stabs is kind of mindless to do, it gives me an extra reason to spend an extra hour on stream before we get to finish the project. And then our streams end up being about 2 hours. Which, by the way, I personally think the 2 hour to 2.5 hour mark for streams is the best amount of time for a live stream for keyboard stuff. I've done longer ones, and the way I think about it is if I'm not going to stick around for 2 hours, why would anyone else, right? So like, you know, not for nothing, I love Teja, I love Tim, I love all those guys. I rarely stick around for more than 2.5 hours, just because like there's other stuff I want to do with my day. Was in shock when I got the email. Yeah, you must be happy. Congratulations again. So wait, only one person? Wait, 2 people in chat got W's. That's crazy. Only Lulstacks cannot do anything for 4 hours and just chat. That's because Lulstacks has an insanely beautiful jawline, and you can stare at that thing for hours. And he's also so entertaining. You should put Box Jades and Greg on this, because that'll be a true sin. If it was actually called the Sin, as I learned, it's not called the Sin, it's called the Sign. But I'm actually pretty happy that this is from Win Studios. I know this sounds rude, but I hope it doesn't come off rude. Win Studios was kind of only doing like the Wind X's for a little while, which low-key kind of got a little bit boring, but I'm very happy they're doing other stuff now. They're doing some pretty fun projects. All the people I know who entered from the UK got L's. 100 boards for 5,000. Oh, was there more than 5,000 raffle entries? Damn. Is it long enough to eat, relax, play some Pokemon while we're hearing Alex's beautiful voice? Oh my gosh. Thank you very much, dude. Thank you, thank you. Vey, I'm doing pretty good, man. We're just lubing some stabs right now. I had a very productive day, I feel. The only reason I feel like I wanted to get one more thing done, but like I was saying earlier, something didn't sit right in my stomach last night, and today my stomach's been in shambles, so I think I spent longer than I wanted to. Or like, I think there was like 10-15 minutes where I had to like sit down on the couch because I was like, dude, I can't sit up right now. And then everything else has been going pretty good though. Ravis, dude. Ravius, thank you so much for 36 months.
Hello, chat.
Good evening, dude. Damn, that's 3 years. I still can't believe I've been streaming that long. That is crazy. Alan's got the rumbly tummies too. Did Alan eat? Did you guys like eat something? Honestly, for me, it was eating something, and I hate it. I hate getting this feeling in my stomach. I hope Alan feels better though. I wanted the PC Kohaku so bad that I looked at the price tag. How much was it again? It's like 500, right? Why is my 7th grade math homework on that PCB? Can anyone solve all these equations? I've been sick 3 times in the past 2 weeks. I heard there's another round of COVID going around, so I'm honestly not surprised that people are getting sick recently, because there's been like a new strain of COVID, right? 500-ish? Okay, that makes sense. Why screw-ins over clip-ins? I have a bunch of screw-ins and clip-ins, and there's no O-ring on this board, so I didn't feel like wasting a set of screw-ins for or clip-ins for this, so I just decided to use a set of screw-ins. I like Durox stabs though, so I think I might be in the minority there, because I think a lot of people hate Durox stabs for some weird reason. 2 of them have been food poisoning? Oh shit. The answer in the middle is 42. Isn't that number that appears everywhere? Food poisoning is no joke. Absolutely. Stay hydrated if you guys get food poisoning. I don't really use much C3 stabs, period. I don't really like C3 stabs. They work, like they're fine. They're not objectively bad, but I just find modding them to be a lot more tedious than other stabilizers. So I tend to therefore avoid them because they are more tedious. Yeah, dude, Durox never failed me. To this day, never had a bad Durox stab. I've actually had one cherry clip-in disintegrate on me, which was weird, but other than that, it was like a freak occurrence. My new space cable just delivered? What color did you get? I love Reagan. I haven't really spoken to him much recently. I think we've both been pretty busy, but love that guy. Alright, one stab done. C3 stabs for my Alex Envoy reminder. Oh yeah, you got C3s, right? Like some people got color matching ones, which is pretty cool. Will you be building more sonnets? If I get commissions for them, I will, but right now the only mode keyboards I'm getting commissions for are Envoys. I think I actually got another mode 80 coming up soon, believe it or not, but not a lot of sonnets. I think people are waiting for the restock in November for that. Do you have the train card ready for my board? I hope that I don't have to do that, Kenny. Honestly, dude, when I read your request, I'm not gonna lie, man, a bead of sweat down my forehead. And then I did one of those like one of those moments. I'm like, bro, I don't know if I want to do this board, bro, but I'll do it for you, Kenny. I'll subject my fingies to your board. This time it's not coated. So if you guys don't know, last time I did Kenny's board, I had the worst time opening it because it was, I think it was an E-coated board, and the tolerances were so fucking tight that I could not open it. I destroyed my fingers that day. I've never had any cherry stabs that failed or had issues. I did have a set of Durocs and Neos, don't quote me on this, the all black ones that came with the cracked housing. Yeah, those are those times where it's like, shit, like something must have happened in transit, or just you got a bad batch or something. That was the ARC 60, yeah, and Kenny's sending another fucking ARC 60. Can you guys believe that? I want to get some SP Star Marble Melon Sodas. Hey, listen. TKC has had its ups and downs. Right now, from what I understand, TKC is all right. I haven't really had conversations with anyone there in a long time, but they seem to have cleaned up a lot of their older issues. Sunset 80 this weekend and realized I might I don't have the right stabs. Oh, definitely pick some up. Mixu, thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate that. How was your stream? What did you guys do on stream today? Also, hello everyone. My name is Alex. I build keyboards. That's pretty much all I do is I just build keyboards. Yeah, I just build keyboards. That's it. Scared box raid. What's going on, everybody? Hello, hello. What'd you guys end up doing on stream? Hello, King. How are you, dude? We're just lubing some stabilizers for a keyboard today. Oh boy, it's 1:45 a.m. I can't sleep. I had that yesterday, man. Yeah, I didn't get great sleep last night because last night we ended up watching Star Wars Episode 2. And then I sat in bed. And I did it to myself. I shouldn't have gone on TikTok because then I went on this whole thing where I like, man, have you guys ever just gone on TikTok? You pick up you watch a random stupid video, but it's like an interesting topic. And then you end up wanting to research the interesting topic. So then you're in like this bottomless hole of just like researching this stupid, random, irrelevant to your life topic because it's interesting. That was me with the telescope yesterday. I just wanted to read about a telescope. And I spent like an hour reading about it. And then I realized like, bro, I'm never going to buy a telescope. Why am I bothering, dude? So I said, forget it. I'm logging off. And then I went to bed. And then all I was thinking about was like, why did I do that? Deleted TikTok and I love it. I should do the same. I honestly should, but I need it. I for work. I just can't. I can't not have it on my phone. During research on all the Zoom boards by looking into telescopes, yeah, for real. You learn something that's never a waste. I know so many random things that have no relevancy. Like, Okay. You know what else I got into a big rabbit hole about the other, was it last week? Don't ask me why. Roman aqueducts. I swear to God, 2.5 hours. I was just bored. 2.5 hours of reading about and watching videos about Roman aqueducts. Like the Roman Empire, like, you know, how they transported water from place to place. Bro, I don't fucking know. I don't even know why. And apparently, did you guys know this? Apparently some Roman aqueducts are still used today. Like they were built so well that they're still used. And to me, that was like mind-boggling. Like, I was like, this is fascinating. Not you too, Alex? About the Romans? What about the Romans? How they built those were insane. Yeah, apparently like only recently we learned the way they made cement, because it was used, they had some very specific formula for how they made cement. You seen the girls asking their boyfriends how often they think about the Roman Empire? No. Is that like a trend right now? I had a feeling something was up, because there was a lot of Roman stuff on, like Roman Empire stuff on TikTok, and I got sucked into it. Somehow I did. How often do you think about the Roman Empire? Honestly, now, maybe once a day. I think about it a lot now. That's so ridiculous. Alright, we got our polycarb plate. We're going to install our stabs first. Oops. Alex is waiting for the revival of the Roman Empire. Well, then I also went into this whole rabbit hole a few weeks ago, which I distinctly remember because I actually bookmarked it. Because I would like to go one day. I would like to maybe visit Italy, or I don't remember where it was exactly in Italy, in Europe, or I guess it was Italy. But they have like, I'm not a religious guy, but they have like these beautiful churches that I would love to go take photos of. And some of them are just like, you know, again, not really religious, but they are beautiful. Like they're gorgeous looking. Do I have permission to edit the harbor in Envoy? Oh, Manoli. I was like, who is this? Manoli. Manoli, want to go to Europe with me? Want to do that? Of course you. Manoli, actually, do you want to do do you want to do the harbor Harbor Envoy, and then do you have time to do this one here tonight? The Sin65, the one we're doing tonight. If you want to do 3. And yes, hell yeah, dude. You're going to be in Italy next month. I can't wait. I can make it work. Love you, dude. Do you have the KV2 in the pipeline? No one reached out to me. I might actually reach out to them tonight and see if I can cover a KV2 for everyone. It might be a little bit of a rushed project, though, because I don't know how long that pre-order is open. And I would have to slot them in, like, ASAP. Wind X2 or a Sin65. I mean, I haven't built this board yet. This board's the most visually interesting of all the Wind
Would
Studios
I get
boards.
banned if I call you Zaddy Alex?
That scared the shit out of me. Why didn't I hear the sub sound? All I heard was, would I get banned if I called you Zaddy Alex? Phantom, you won't get banned. I'll just love you more. Love you, dude. Thank you so much for the Prime, man. I appreciate you. Check out the Cathedral of Saint Maria in Florence. Maybe that's the one I was looking at. Man, they're so beautiful looking. I hear a lot of talk about the best value boards in the hobby. I still use the terms best value, but if you want my honest opinion, I hate the value aspect of boards. Because, the reason why I can't stand the value conversation is because if you really want value, just go buy a Dell keyboard for $15. There's no such thing as a value custom mechanical keyboard. If you're in like a value aspect where you need to be saving money, you don't need a keyboard. You don't. There's no benefit to buying these things. Customs are frivolous. They're luxury items. In terms of like, I get where people are coming from though, to not take what they want out of context, but if you want like the best bang for your buck custom, you know, there's a lot of great options right now, but least bang for your buck option, I mean, it depends on what you value. And that's what's hard to, I guess, quantify. Like, if you value an intricate design with certain things, then that's not going to be a bad value. But for me, the worst value keyboard on the market would be spending money on things like the GMMK sets or series. Like there's a lot of like sort of pre-builts that don't do really well that I think are a waste of money and you really don't need. Those would probably be the answer for me. Customs are frivolous though. That's like asking a value painting. Yeah, it's just a tough answer, right? Because the honest answer is just don't spend money on this hobby. And value is not necessarily about saving as much money as possible. Well, people want the best amount of stuff for their dollar. And typically, when you talk value with someone, they want it to be as much as possible for as cheap as possible. So our ideas of value could all differ. My rule is one board max per layout. Hey, that's a good rule. It's good to have financial rules for yourself. Buying any set besides GMK Classic Blue, Sogurt, Round 3, Shemv, I don't even know what set that is a waste of money. You guys know it's not a waste of money? Little plug from Mr. Manoli. GMK Evil Eye, which I think is in stock now, right, Manoli? GMK Evil Eye. So, not a waste of money. There you go, Manoli. Love you, buddy. I used to say no more than one board, then like no more than two. As long as you, I mean, like, eventually you set the rules for yourself, right? Like, might be better value from KVD fans over GMK. Yeah, I just think glorious keyboards, and you like, not the GMK Pro. I mean, even that to this day, I feel like it's kind of a waste of money. But yeah. When is the the cosine 65 and the tan 65? They should do those boards. They should have just named alternate colors after those. Glorious Keyboard brought attention to the hobby, which I'm grateful for. But IMO, their products are meh. If you guys want to know well, I can talk about this because this is something that I don't quite understand. They, I think, publicly said that. Well, I mean, I even asked them, like, did people test this keyboard beforehand? And they said they had people, like the GMMK Pro, they said they had people test the board prior to production. But there were so many weird small issues with it that I just found it very, very hard to believe that people actually had tried the board. Because they had mentioned, they didn't want to mention names, but they said key people in the keyboard hobby. And I'm like, man, if it's the people that I think or people that I might know, like, I don't think any one of them would have been like, yeah, this shit slaps. I have the OG Glorious TKL, and what really got me to the hobby, so I'll have a soft spot for them. I mean, that's totally fair, though. Totally fair to have a soft spot for them. Tell them, me and Marcia have been around the keyboard hobby doing content stuff for a while, so we've seen some shit. We've seen some weird shit. Alright. Now to use these cool switches. The drop alt is like a dead keyboard in the scene now. I mean, I'll be honest. Even like 4 years ago, I think it might have been a dead keyboard. Oh, the music's hard as fuck? There, I'll leave it on. I think it might have been a dead keyboard 4 years ago. I truly never... I never cared for the board. Even when it was released, I think it was just as I was kind of getting into keyboards. I was like, man, this thing ugly. Who It's personal preference, obviously. People can find it beautiful, but is Sterling here still? Kilo, I'll hydrate. Thank you, dude. My gripe is, oh my God, down the wrong tube. I'm doing this all day. Yeah, that's because they messed up on the first ones. They did mess up. So these are cute switches. I don't know if these are gonna be like limited edition, but I don't have any high. I have that because honestly, I know it's not water. Dude, I've been so tired all day today. Drop Alt was my first key, now I hate it. Do you still have it though, Kang? Also, thank you guys for the follows. Thank you guys for being here. Really appreciate you. Star Fox, dude. So nice.
Thanks for your brutal honesty and candor. It really helps us make educated buying decisions.
Dude, thank you very much, man. I really appreciate your kind words. I hope you're doing great today, dude. I think I might need to go get the plate fork for this. Spaghetti ass PCBs. Yeah, for real. Speaking of spaghetti, not really. Pasta la vista.
Mr. Aliotos.
Dude, Pasta, how you doing, man? I think the other thing that really bothered me back in the day, which I'm glad doesn't really happen now, but it wasn't a bad thing, it was just annoying as a keyboard builder. The Swiss cheese PCBs. They had so many options for configuration on them that it was just so difficult to understand where things went. And the PCBs were like nothing there. That was annoying. I'm glad we've kind of gone away from that. It's good. It's been a while, my man. Dude, it has been, Pasta. How are things been for you? What was the first board or keycap set that really blew me away? So, I'm gonna say this ahead of time. I could care less about Rama products anymore. I've never been affiliated with Rama, but I used to really like their products a lot. The first keyboard that I got really into, that I was like, fuck, I need to have this, was the Rama M68 in the lake color. Back when I was into blue keyboards. The first keycap set that I was like, God, I need to have this to go with it, was GMK Nautilus. And that was my very first set. So Nautilus holds a special place in my heart. I now realize that as pretty as the M68 was, it's low-key a steaming pile of shit. It's not a great keyboard. Maybe to some people, but integrated plate's fucking awful. It's real bad. It's not a good typing feel. It's stiff. It's bad sounding. It just wasn't a good keyboard compared to the stuff that's out now. I just got an M68 over the weekend. Mint as F. Dude, it is a classic. I'm never going to get rid of it because it was my first truly custom keyboard. Sterling, missed opportunity, my friend. Missed opportunity. I open the bag, get these beautiful switches, sniff it, no scent. Would have been very pog to smell coffee in this. I think you can get like a spray. That would be super cool. How did the same man who brought us the leaf spring bring us integrated plates? The world will never know. No. We're trying to get them scented, actually. That's crazy that you mentioned that. So I opened them before stream, right, Sterling? And I swear to God, my first reaction wasn't even to check the switches, it was to sniff it. And then on stream, someone asked, does it smell like coffee? And I was like, actually, no, it doesn't. There were a couple of beans in there. Yeah, I wouldn't want to personally open up a bag of switch and find a bean inside, but what's one thing you could do? What would you guys say for you was your first keyboard or keycap set that you fell in love with? And maybe you still have it now, but what would be that first board or keycap set be? Alex likes to sniff it. That's crazy. What? Huh? What am I sniffing? OG Tofu 65. Classic. Can't go wrong with that, dude. The Tofu was definitely a board I was like head over heels for because of the RGB and stuff. Timo 50. You like your Timo 50s. Unicorn or GMK Olivia. GMK Olivia, classic set. Gotta love the person behind it and Olivia. Well, okay, GMK Olivia and the person behind it. Basically, I just said Olivia's cool twice. Q2 plus those XD8. Oh, the XD8 caps are nice. GMK Nuclear Data, nice. Lilac Praxis. I still need to build mine, man. I keep forgetting to build that board. Good choice though. So nice. You have to say it twice. Based. She's now twice as cool. I've been trying to convince Olivia to come to a Toronto meetup with me. I'm hoping she comes to the next one with me. Because that would be cool to hang out with Olivia. Gotta love the PP60. GMK Black Lotus. Want me to fall in love with it? Make it black and purple? Do you happen to... Black Lotus is based off of the Magic card, right? Maybe if I'll come, she'll go. Marcia, come. Yeah, that'd be really fun. I think the next one's happening. I think it was supposed to happen in November, but I think that got canceled. So I think the next one's like all the way in like May or March or something like that. Fell in love with my F284 when I first got it, but I think spacebar area is not the best due to the weight of the board plus stiffness. I mean, if something about it, even if it's like visual appeal, if it makes you happy, then it's gonna be the best board, period. Black Lotus is a Magic card. That makes sense. I used to kind of be into Magic, so I know a little bit about it. You know what? I do get a coffee vibe from this. These switches do give me a little bit of like an iced coffee vibe. All right. Sat75 definitely blew me away. You know what? Holy... Dude, I keep forgetting that board exists. I'm not even kidding you, dude. Always forget, bro. But that board was iconic in the keyboard hobby. I know this is random and out of topic, but are you into cars or you don't care as long as you can get to point A to point B? I actually don't even have a driver's license. I'm not really that into cars. I like walking. I just kind of walk everywhere or like find alternate ways of transportation. Sorry. You can like, a lot of people here, like there's a whole, I think there's a whole like section of people in the Discord who really like cars, but it's just not really for me. So I've been loving Keykobo Mixed Retrolights so much. I'm actually working on this set, fun set, Alex, I'll show you. Hell yeah. Yeah, it's a nice set actually. I didn't know I'd like this set that much. I don't love it on the blue board. I just kind of have it on this keycap set because I moved my PCBs around. I want to put it back on my stone colored board because I don't love it on the blue. You're not in the US, you have good public transport. It's not too bad here in Toronto. There's sometimes where you get a little frustrated because of delays, but if you need a bug out of town, don't go to Alex's place. Oh man, dude. I like the city. I don't love the city for the cost of living here, but the convenience of living here is quite nice. And owning a car is not cheap. What is one keyboard hobby? Wait, what is one keyboard hobby you're glad, or like a trend in the keyboard hobby that died? Alternatively, what is one you wish had stick around? This is like something that I feel like if you're new to the hobby, you probably won't get it. But the one hobby, if Marcy is around, she'll maybe nod her head. I'm really glad people stopped streaming the idea of being like the hot takes. It was like every week we had like 15, 20 people streaming like just, it wasn't even hot takes. It was just like, let's be rude to everything that we don't like. Like, let's just shit on people's attempts at like doing things. I didn't like it. It really didn't make me feel good at all. Like, you can make jokes about things. I'm all for it. But like when it's like a consistent thing and like you're making a whole segment about just being a dick to people, this is not my thing. So I'm glad that died. That didn't last too long, I don't think. One that I wish stuck around? I don't know. I don't think there's a trend that's been like really good that's died off. Flex cuts. Who said that? I still wish Cherry had their patent. Really? Switch is being weird. Is this switch being weird, or is this? I don't know if it's the switch or is this hot swap socket. It's so weird. I think it's this hot swap socket. What the fuck? I feel like something's Oh. What the fuck is wrong with the hot swap socket? I think I might be a stray grain of sand. I hate sand. Why, Soren? Because it's coarse and rough and gets everywhere? Yeah, it's this hot sauce socket. Something's wrong with it. I feel like I'm going to pop it off at this point because I can see it bulging out. Oh. Well, that's an issue. I think they put this socket upside down over here, which I'll note to them. So it's impacting this right over here. That's fucking irritating. And the thing is, should I just solder it off? I'll make a note
Thanks
to them
for covering the
yeah,
envoy a few months back. It's a great board to start the hobby.
Dude, I agree, dude. The Envoy is a good little starter board. Agreed. My drop ult did that. I could just file it down. I think soldering this off is going to be a bit of a pain in the ass. Let's see if I can. See, I didn't want to use the soldering iron today, but now I have to. It's because these new... See if I can. If I can't, oh well. I miss when Kill and Greetech made Razor switches. Peak Razor, not gonna lie. Don't people really like those switches? Also, Cap, thank you again. Really appreciate the tier 1 for 4 months, bro. Means a lot. I don't know if I'll be able to be honest. I might have to just file it down. Wish we got Nexus 7 replacement. because they put a hot swap socket upside down and it has this like bump on one of the sides that makes it near impossible. Look, I corrected it now, but basically that bump makes it near impossible to stick in the switch. Oh gosh, come on, Alex. So this is how they had it originally. Let me show you guys. They had it with this little like bump. See how it's like in the circle? So all you have to do is literally just turn it 180 degrees and put it in this way. Are the double hot swap sockets blocking the hole? Everything else looks okay. It's just that one. It was literally just the single one that was bad. A Nexus 7 replacement? Why does that sound like a phone? So nice.
Hey there, handsome. You have a great community here.
Thank
Keep
you,
up
Chappie.
the great content, man.
I'll try my best, dude. I really appreciate the kind words, man. Alright. Fixed it, and I am gonna note to them that that was upside down. What's up, Candy? How you doing, man? I hope everything's going swell for you, bro. If you guys don't know who Candy Roo is, excellent content creator. I'm actually surprised he's never built a keyboard live on stream yet. And if he has, he didn't invite me. Thoughts on HHKB? Do you mean like the actual happy hacking keyboards? Or do you mean like a style of layout? The actual HHKBs, really cool. I've never personally like modded one myself. But pretty awesome boards. I am not too into Topper myself, but everyone I know who has one loves it. Can you just desolder a hot swap socket, put a new one in? If you're careful enough, you can desolder the hot swap sockets, yes. But you have to be kind of careful. Teja would know more about the HHKBs. Teja and then also Diego would also know a lot about HHKBs, so lightning keyboards. I haven't built a keyboard on stream, more of a private hobby these days. I get you. But if you do decide to build one, Candy, I'd love to be present watching that one day, bro. Would this be an exchange if it was sent to a customer? In my opinion, it should be an exchange, because asking someone who might not know how to solder to now desolder that, which takes a little bit of finessing, is impractical. So I would suggest, yeah, if a client got something like that or a customer got something like that, yeah, that's an exchange. That's like a recall on the PCB. Although I hope this works. Hopefully. All right. I don't know what to expect from these switches, so we shall see. Now, I am going to top mount this to begin with, and then we can go into the other mounting style. Hydrate? Hope you don't mind me hydrating with an energy drink. There's a small part of me that's nostalgic for cases with floating switch designs. Really? I find it hard to get into. But that's really cool though that you like it. I wish they were still around to provide some visual variant or variety. I think it's more of a sound thing with those floating switch designs. You know? I think that's what it comes down to. Like, it's a sound thing. Okay, so I wonder. Oh, I see. So if you want to gasket mount it, can I technically do both then? Can I just have both present? No, let's just do one at a time. If you gasket mount it, it's on the PCB tabs. If you top mount it, it's on the plate tab. Again, just to reiterate this, I don't like the fact that this keyboard does not have any threaded inserts. I typically say that if a polycarb doesn't have that, unless you really don't give a shit about it, it's usually a pass for me. But luckily they do make this keyboard in aluminum as well. However, I will still ask them to see if they can add threaded inserts for these. For the switches, the visual appeal was brown in the coffee, sparkles on the ice. Oh, okay. The stem is like milk. That makes sense. All right. Sterling, you built this board too, right? Knob versus F13. What are you taking? F13. I don't use that. I don't know. Does anyone here have a knob on their keyboard and actually uses it? What's up with switches and food items? That is a great question. Even I don't know. People on keyboards love their food switches. Filet mignon switches? That'd be nice. I'd get behind that. Which bit is it now? This bit? Not a knob person. I have a knob on the board because I didn't have a choice. What board is it? I heard this board and its plateless config is really nice. I'm a music core and I totally did use the knob on my keyboard to pause, play back forward. Okay, so you do use yours. Need to talk to you after stream. Need to send you more coffee. Okay, sounds good, dude. Sterling, I might not be free right after stream today because I have to do a few things. Like I just need to get some editing done. I want to put my head down and work. But do you want to talk a little bit tomorrow, if that's cool? Sometimes I want to shove a handful of switches in my mouth. Huh? Who said that? A Voker? Don't do that. Relatable, huh? Don't. Okay, the only switch that I've actually thought about that with is tangerine switches. But I've never been like, yo, I can't wait to put this in my mouth. I've been like, yo, they look yummy. That's it, just tangy switches. The orange looks so good. The orange, the Alice Odos Obscuras look like popcorn. Really? I don't think I've put them in a bowl yet. I think I've just had them in the baggie. Okay, I need to go put them in a bowl afterwards. Where's the feed for this? Bowl pick when? A lot of pink colored switches like yummy pastries. They do also low key look like candies. I agree. Oh, this came with little IXP sheets. That's cool. Not that I'm ever gonna use those. Oh, wait, I didn't even know they had this. Should I try it? Okay, I'm gonna try it without this and then put this in. They have like a little silicone padding for the top mount. And then gaskets, which I haven't put on yet. I'll take it off and put it on again afterwards. See if that works. Oh shit, I forgot the daughter board. I got so distracted with this. The daughter board forgot to put in. Wait, I'm gonna put the bump ons on first. I think marshmallow switches like the marshmallow switches I actually don't really care for the way they look. They're cute switches, but I don't think they're yummy looking. Oops. Daughter board. Oh yeah, the daughter board has the ribbon cable. Not switches, but I had intrusive thoughts about palm keycaps. That's fair. interesting daughterboard. Very interesting. You know what keycaps I do want to pick up, but I also don't like the color. I don't think they've restocked them. I want to try those ceramic keycaps. Like, I actually really want to try them pretty badly. If you don't mind me asking, what suggestions can you give for buying a budget keycaps? What is your budget? Everyone's budget always varies, so that's the most important question I can ask. What exactly is your budget? You know what? I do want to try those little silicone gasket thingies. I feel like it's intended and I want to try it. What are these things? $30 or lower? Oh, honestly, Gaster, I am not too familiar what's in the $30 range. Truth be told, my go-to pick, when I used to work for a IT place basically. And when people would ask me like what my go-to cheap keyboard is, I would just pick the basic Microsoft keyboards. Oh, these are adhesive. Okay, hold on a sec then. I'm gonna put these on, but I'm gonna take them all off first. In that case, I'm actually just gonna put these on the plate and not the keyboard itself. The reason why is because I've learned that with polycarbonate boards, sticking the adhesive on the top will always leave that residue look when you look down on the top frame like this. So what I'm just gonna do is apply these little stickers on that. Syracuse kind of meh. I'm selling mine. I don't mind that they're fingerprint magnets, but I'm curious to see, like, I guess sound profile on a few of my keyboards, you know. They do have quite the high price point I've seen though. Omnitype has been pretty good for deals. Yeah, they've been doing this happy hour stuff lately and that's been pretty crazy. For sure. It has been a nice little sale they've been doing. NKPBT sets have gone clearance for $50. Oh wait, sorry, you meant keycaps, by the way, Gaster. My mistake, not the whole keyboard. $30 or lower? That's my mistake. I totally forgot you meant just the keycaps. I mean, if you don't mind spending a few extra dollars, probably like something like the clearance keycaps people have. But actually, I still wouldn't be able to give you a good answer. I don't exactly know who sells the cheaper stuff. That's any good quality stuff for $30 or below. What I personally think is healthy though, Gaster, if $30 is your budget and like you don't want to spend a dime more, then so be it. But if you're okay with saving up for a little bit more, I think you'll have a more enjoyable experience spending at that like $50 range to pick up some clearance PBT stuff from some of the reputable vendors, rather than buy like a set on Amazon and hate them, you know? Just me personally. The honeydew switches, they were kind of light in sound profile. But I actually really liked my honeydew switches. They just felt like regular JWK switches. They're not too crazy bright in sound. Iced latte switches, correct. They are indeed. Depending on your location, you might be able to find some good cheap caps. Oh yeah, you could also check secondhand. My Pluto comes tomorrow. Ooh, do you know how you're gonna build it? I like the Pluto. Pluto kinda didn't get the love it deserved. It was a pretty looking keyboard for a pretty decent price. All right, so let's move this guy back over here. Everything's screwed in. There's no mount under the spacebar, which is good. Well, sorta, but all right. Let's plug this guy in now. I appreciate the length of this ribbon cable. That's nice. Appreciate it. Really easy to put together, but also still a pain in the ass somehow. All right. Cool. The polycarbonate quality is pretty good too. I've definitely seen like super bad polycarbonate. This is not super bad. This is, I'd say, like pretty good. Orum wants a compliment. You know what else is more than pretty good? You, Orum. In fact, you're almost perfect. You'd be more perfect if you were here beside me to give me a hug, bro. All right? Appreciate you, dude. Love you. Hope you're having a great day. And you know what? If no one's told you, proud of everything you've accomplished this week, bro. Proud, bro. Matcha lattes on aluminum. I haven't used matcha latte switches in, I feel like, quite a while for a personal build. Noise, thanks. Hey, no problem, Orum. Did you find the upstroke on the cream sodas a little too high-pitched? Stock, yes. That's why I end up lubing the cream sodas. But Alex, the week started today. Does the week start technically on a Sunday or a Monday?
Hey Alex.
Hey.
I have a Sonnet, POM, PCB and plate foam. Using Denges. What's a good switch upgrade to get more creamy pop? Love the stream.
Sonnet, Palm PCB, plate foam. The plate foam is underneath. If you're looking for like truthfully, if you're looking for like that creamy sound signature, I would go with, hear me out. You might have to do double foam. It's on the PCB, so it's underneath of it. So you might have to actually add one more layer of foam in between. If you don't want to go that route, believe it or not, tactile switches actually really make the keyboard pretty like poppy, like creamy sounding. I know exactly what you're talking about, even though it's like a automatopoeia word. Tactile switches and PBT, like keycaps. I've built 2 like that, and people tell me that they're very like, I think exactly what you might be looking for. Other than that, you might want to switch to a long pole and then perhaps lube them a little bit more. So go a slight bit heavier on the lubricant on the switches. And then I would still try the PBT switches, or PBT keycaps rather. That actually might be pretty good for what you're looking for. Where did I put those feet now? I didn't put them on yet, so where did I stick them? And thank you so much for the 500 bits, Star Fox. Did I throw them away? What's going on here? Extra screws, no. Bump-ons. So many little baggies. We're building the Sin65 tonight. We're actually a little ahead of schedule, I think, just because this was a hot swap one. But it's okay. I don't like these feet. These feet, actually, they're okay. Kind of small, though. And a little irritating to put in. Matcha lattes are my go-to because I'm lazy to lube. I think you might like these then. And then also, I find a lot of the KFA switches they've been releasing lately have all had the Affleon stuff, which is like all that pre-lubed one. Wouldn't this be the Sin64 and not 65? Honestly, I don't know. I'm not good at math, guys. I really don't even remember what the purpose of this formula is for. This is a cute looking board. Okay. I might take off the desk pad to give it a better visual appeal, visual look here. This is cute. I can get behind this. Does it have RGB? I didn't even check if it had LEDs on it. I don't think so. No, it's active, but just no RGB. Interesting. So this has an exploded escape. Now, I don't think this has any LEDs. Actually, does it? I can't see now. Not that we need LEDs on this. It looks pretty cool built as well. Here, you know what? I'm gonna get rid of the dust pad because I feel like it's a little bit distracting for today's build. That's a funky escape. It's an exploded escape bar, area. I'm gonna get rid of this, and we're just gonna put on one of these guys. Little key mat. I feel like this is a little bit less distracting. It's a pretty nice looking board though. Do you have any coffee themed sets? Maybe Sloth would be the closest thing that they have. But for keycap sets, what can I use? I could just, it's not really coffee themed. I could put on Noel. I feel like Noel would look nice. That would look pretty on this. I don't know what you guys want to put on this though. How was the vacation? I went to Banff actually for a few days. That was really fun, but it was really relaxing. I got to slow down a little bit, which was, I think, important to me. No! Drop 2 keycaps. Come here. Come back to me, keycaps. This is my pile of things I need to clean up tomorrow. But yeah, that's really all I did. Didn't do too many crazy things other than a little trip outdoors, and that was all. I haven't seen Noel in a minute. Let's use Noel then. So after we're done this, just so everyone's aware, we'll install it with the top mount and then we'll put on the gaskets because I don't know what's going to sound better. I did technically put on the PC plate because I was hoping to have a really good top mount experience with this. It does look pretty good though. I think I might have not put that one adhesive 100% correct there. Not that you need to put those on, but we'll see what sounds good in this. Do you have a favorite Switch of all time? You know, currently my favorite Switch of all time, if you want to call it that, might be the KTT Roses. Still, I think those are still one of my favorites. But I've been really leaning toward the cream sodas as well as the Obscuras recently. I feel like those are 2 of my favorite long pole switches. Yeah, slowing down I think I needed to do. I think my brain was on like hyperdrive constantly, and I don't think it was very good for me. So I think I just need to like chill out. But you know what I did find out? I did find out that I've been missing the art of photography a little bit and just going out and capturing moments rather than just taking pictures for the sake of taking pictures. So I am going to be slowly introducing photography back into my life. I miss the art of seeing Alex. Oh my god. Angel! How are you doing, sir? Angel. I really need to just pull the trigger and pick up some cream sodas. I think they're good switches. This goes here? Yeah, it goes there. I'm a downhill spiral in CS2. Do you guys... Okay, question for everyone here. Do you guys, whenever you guys are on a losing streak in a video game, do you guys keep going? Or do you stop? I'm very curious about this. If they go low, I go lower. Absolutely yes. I quit after 3 losses. Like, what is that? It's not... There's a word for it. It's not the... Oh, fuck, I don't remember the word for this. I'm not gonna lie. I used to be guilty of just playing and, like, getting frustrated and playing more. Nowadays, I quit. I'm like, I'm done with this. Let's just call it. Is it a sunken cost fallacy? I was trying to avoid that because I wasn't too sure if that's what it was technically called. Is it that? I quit when I stop having fun. That's a fair thing to say. I'm on a 2-year break of competitive games. Oh, Seabass, that's a smart thing to do, dude.
I'm a simple man. When I'm on a losing streak in Rocket League, I become toxic until I win. Knova evil, Knova evil, Knova evil.
That used to be me. That honestly used to be me, man. It's funny that you say that because I used to also be like dude, there's a whole time period where I played a lot of League of Legends, and I feel like that game brought out the worst in me, and I would just tilt play until I got at least 1 win, and then I'd be like, yeah, the night was worth it. But thank you so much for the sub, dude. I used to really like Rocket League. I never played competitive Rocket League. I only played with friends, so thank God I never ruined it for myself because I'm not very good at Rocket League, but interesting game. Interesting sounding keyboard so far. This is the 0. If you are losing and not learning, you can embed bad habits. Dude, that was 100% me. 100%. Picked up every bad habit from, like, League of Legends. Stupid ass game. Oh, this goes here. What do you know? Little FJ test. Gotta admit, this is... Oh shit! I put these in I put these 3 in the wrong spot. This is kind of shaping up to be something that is interesting to me. Like I said, so far to summarize this keyboard, I think the visual properties of the keyboard very cool. So 2 mounting styles also cool. Technically, you can build this plateless, which is awesome. Visually, like I said, beautiful. Exploded escape. I think that's just novelty at the end of the day. I don't think that really matters, but if you like it, then hey, by all means. It seems to be a solid keyboard so far. The things I don't like the proprietary daughter board. That I could live without, but I feel like that's in a lot of boards. And the other thing I don't care for, with just the polycarbonate version of this, because there are aluminum versions of this, I really wish they would just include threaded inserts when people make polycarbonate keyboards. Really don't get that. Because if you over tighten something, or if something slips a little bit while you're screwing it in, then you're fucked. I don't mind the exploded escape though. It kind of adds something to the keyboard. I like the bezel thickness of this. This is kind of nice. What am I missing? This goes here, and then I need to put the arrow keys on. And then I also need those. Okay. Super arrow key. More arrows. Escape could be good for novelties. Yeah, I think that'd be really fun for a novelty keycap. Function, and then I need page down. That's the wrong profile. Is the wrong profile? Oh, this one. I think Noel looks like it's a good set for this build. I wonder though, I don't know if this is gonna affect the board at all. If I apply the gaskets to the board, can I no longer top mount it? That I don't know. But pretty looking keyboard again, just to give you some visual inspection on this again. Very nice side profile. You can see that more with the aluminum. It's not too present in the polycarbonate, but actually a very pretty side profile. Back's quite nice. I love the weight on this thing. Overall, pretty keyboard. Comes with tons of foam too. I'm not using any foam today. All right, well, let's see how this sounds. We're using the polycarbonate plate. We are using no foam. We're using the Captain Sterling's Ice Latte switches. These are already lubed. Like I said, I did personally think it's a little light for my taste, but everyone's a little different with this. I think that's a good starting point though. Over lubed, I think would have been a bad choice, so. Ooh, what the fuck's making all this noise? Oh, because I need to hit this button. My bad, guys. Let's see what this sounds like. And GMK Noel. Little HJ test. This is the top mount config. I like this. It's very deep sounding. I've heard that from other people about this board. I didn't want to like put that in my mind ahead of time, but yeah, it's like a sharp, deep sound. Nice modifiers. Okay. Switches feel great. Now, my only thing is, I want to try the gasket mount. It does have gasket mount available. However, do you guys know, I don't know, it didn't say anything on the website, and I didn't ask because I didn't think it would be a problem. If I put the gaskets on, let's find out. Let's open this up really quick. Can I still top mount this? And that's where it becomes a little bit confusing. I guess I probably still could top mount it, but it will lose the sound profile it has. I think the keyboard sounds good. It's definitely different than what I'm used to. I feel like this is a little bit deeper, even for a top mount. It's still crisp like a top mount. It has that solid like top mount feel, very crispy sound profile, but definitely has like an undertone of deepness, maybe because of the polycarbonate version. Overall though, pretty nice. It's at a decent price point, the keyboard. It's what, $288. So it's not terrible for, I guess this would be considered a bit of a more premium build. If they don't decide to put threading in the polycarbonate version, I would probably say pass on the polycarbonate and just get the aluminum ones. Unless you're confident with this guy. Because I do think threaded inserts are a must for me. What do you think of ergo mice? What do I think of ergo mice? Is this considered an ergo mouse? No, right? This is just a regular mouse. Do you mean the ones that like stand? Actually, let me take these out first. Kinda. I don't know what's considered an ergo mouse. All right, let's switch up the mounting style and then we'll see how this sounds in the gasket config now. I'm hoping it'll sound good, but we'll see. It's an ergo mouse. I think they're awful to play games with. I've tried to game with that mouse in the past, and it's really fatiguing. It's just too big, too heavy. I find I'm not as like fast in my reaction time with it. Definitely slows me down a little bit. I do want to try that vertical mouse still. Not all foam next, but we're going to do gaskets next. Why isn't this coming out here? Where's my tweezers? You like the vertical one? I've always low-key wanted to try it. I'm just too nervous to try it, to be honest with you guys. I feel like I would suck with the vertical mouse. All right, so I'm gonna put the gaskets on this guy. Again, just because I don't want them to show up on the case here. So, I don't know how difficult this will be. Shouldn't be that difficult though. That's pretty easy. That thing was too big to be called a mouse. Too big, too thick, too heavy, and too rough. It was more like a large chunk of ABS. Which one, Ginger God? The vertical mouse? I've been using the Lamzu Atlantis. Oh, you know what's so funny about this? Okay, let me ask you guys now. No, as much as I like the MX Master, I don't love it. It's not my favorite thing in the world to use, even just on a daily basis. I used to like it a lot, but I think I'm getting a little tired of using it. Like even when I'm editing photos now, I don't like using this mouse. And a lot of times, like during large photo editing sessions, I'll just run to the other room and grab another mouse. I only have one other mouse, by the way. So I run and grab my Logitech G Pro. I don't want the G Pro because I don't like that it has micro USB on it. However, if I was to get another mouse, because I'm getting to that point where I'm still like, I'm kind of ready now to buy one. What's a good like everyday mouse? Not necessarily the best gaming mouse, but I had the same issue with the Razer mouse for 5 years and it's still going strong. My Razer mouse is dead. That was my backup mouse. Well, actually, that was my gaming mouse, and the Logitech was my backup mouse. But mine died. The scroll wheel is completely kaput, and I can't use it anymore. You think this is the best everyday mouse? I don't know. I kind of don't like it. It's kind of like hurts my hand now. I have a feeling though I'm going to switch and then hate the switch. And miss this mouse. There's a GPX2 with USB-C now, but honestly the Lamzu Atlantis might be a good versatile mouse for you. How much is the new G Pro? MX Master plus lightweight gamer mouse is the combo. Yeah, which is technically what I had, but unfortunately one of my mouses died, or my mice died, so I had to retire one of them, and now I don't have any extra mice. Oh, that's not, I guess that's not, is that expensive? It feels like it's a little on the high side. But I feel like that's also not terrible. Like, how much was this? This was like, what, $100 and something, 112, 100, or 119 or something? 120? Pulsar X2, that's the one I was actually looking at originally. I was like, should I get this one here? But I know that there's a whole mouse hobby. All right, last gasket, and we'll try the gasket variant of this. Overall, I'm pretty happy with the Sin65. Other than those few things, I think it's a pretty solid board. was nothing, again, I don't know about the aluminum one, but the only objectively bad thing I would say that comes out of the polycarb one is no threaded inserts. Other than that, pretty interesting board. The old one double clicked. See, that's what scares me. I don't want to pick up a mouse and then have issues with it and get flustered. Truly, that kind of does scare me a little bit. Don't visit our mouse score that has the word gore in it. That must be awful. Is it just mouses that have just been like, or mice that have just been like mistreated over the years? That does scare me. I contacted Lamzu and they sent me a new one. Like, did you have to send the old one back? Alright, well, that's two things to think about now. So the Lamzu or the other guy. Alex, you're bringing up enough bad stuff about this board. I think you're lying. No? I know, right, Olof? Alright. I think I kind of like the Gasket more. But I mean, that's a pretty different sound signature. I think the backspace needs to be tuned a little bit. Interesting. That's a very, very different sound signature than the top mount. Very different. And usually, honestly, when we get boards like this, it's a very minor difference. The top mount did have the better mods. Actually, the top mount had the better backspace. The Gasket has the better shifts and enter. And I kind of like the spacebar more on this one too. A bit softer as well. I'd say it's pretty nice. Gasket flex. It's a little bit of Gasket flex because they're a bit thicker of a gasket. Okay. I like the fact that both, I would personally say both mounting styles sounded good. And I got to admit, on a lot of the other double mounted keyboards that we find, there's usually one that's like far better than the other one. I have to admit, this is pretty balanced. I enjoy top mount because I can see myself wanting to go back to the top mount because I kind of like that. But I also quite like the Gasket because this is more up my alley sound-wise. But they were both good. And again, usually there's one that's like, eh, and then one's like, oh yeah, this is great. I think these are both good though. Interesting board. How does it feel? The Gasket mount feels pretty soft. The top mount feels like a top mount. What do you like about top mount aside from sound? I think it's really a sound thing for me. Like the firmness, whatever. I do like some of the softer keyboards personally, but I do like the sound of it. Alex said Sin65 is Fox News. What does that mean? How fast did your Neo 65 come? I got a prototype unit, so that's a little different. I woke up 4 hours after the Kohaku emos came out and someone bought all the Gaskets. What? Huh? Really? I don't mind the exploded escape. like, this is not the end of the world to me, but if it bothers you aesthetically, then like that makes sense. As much as I like the polycarbonate unit, I have a feeling the aluminum version would be a little bit more on the sharper sound side, which might be more up my alley. However, I do like the look of the polycarb, so it's a trade-off. Still sounds great, I have to admit. My summary of this, for $288, I think this is a pretty good board. The polycarbonate it's a hard recommend for this guy just because it doesn't have those threaded inserts. I'll make a note of it to them. Also, the hot swap PCB having that upside down hot swap socket, I'll make a note. I don't see any RGB on this. I should have checked. I don't think I saw any LEDs on this guy at all. I'm not upset about it. I do think they probably should have added it just in case, but pretty solid board. Also, the switches are pretty good. I don't know if Sterling's still here, but pretty good switches. I like this. When's the estimated ship date? I think the sale starts tomorrow. That's why I waited so long. I've had this board for like a month. It's done. It's gonna be ending on the 19th, and then does it say there's a lot of vendors for this, which is great. Like to see that. We got Ash Keeps, Canon Keys, so a reputable vendor in case you guys were worried about that. Tons of different regional vendors. We have like Indonesia, Japan, Philippines, Malaysia, Thailand, Vietnam, Korea, United Kingdom, Europe, Australia, South America. A lot of great vendors. Taiwan even. Some of these we haven't even heard of. And then yeah, it looks like, did it say 3 months? I think it's just 3 to 6 months group by shipping. Not bad. Not too bad. Reputable vendors too. Another thing is, I don't know if this is VIA compatible or not, but I wanted to address something. I can't really test some of the VIA compatibility sometimes, guys. I got a few comments on a video saying that, like, why am I not testing the VIA compatibility? Because apparently one of the keyboards, like, the VIA programming was, like, missing a key for it or something, and they have to, like, redo it. A lot of the times, it's not accepted into VIA yet, so they don't send me over any files. So there's no way you can test it. I do test the boards to make sure they work. Like, after stream, if there's an issue with the PCB, I'll let you guys know, but usually I've never really had that. But sometimes I can't test that. Like, there's nothing I could really do. It has to be accepted into VIA first sometimes, so. What happened to Mexico? Oh boy, that's a long story. I would recommend reading the whole, like, I think there's like video. I think Teja made a video on it or something too, so nice.
Hi Alex, I recently placed an order for iced latte switches, and while I don't really use switches with PC housings in my builds, here I couldn't resist the look and factory hand lubrication.
It's pretty good lube. Like, it's lighter, definitely lighter. I personally would like the lube to be a little bit heavier. Personal preference though. But I think these are very consistent. Like, oh God, sorry guys. It's pretty consistent feeling. So they did do a good job with consistency, at least on my batch. I don't know if this was like cherry picked for me, but fuck, I really like the way the gasket mount sounds. I'm surprised. Usually if there's an option between these two, I typically prefer the top mount sound. It's pretty nice. Always have a side load to JSON anyways. Yeah. What stabs should I use for the Kohaku? Probably, honestly, just use cherry clip-ins. With the iced lattes, I can have a full PC build Kohaku latte and clear. Oh, that'll be interesting. Have you tried the Protozoa keys? I think I might have them. I haven't opened them up yet. This keyboard's $288, which I don't think is a terrible price. It isn't gonna. This is not. I don't think this is meant to compete with some of the more budget stuff. It does have a more. Again, it's very hard to showcase on this stream right now because of the polycarbonate one. It does have a very nice side profile, and I would say that this keyboard does have a little bit more of like an elegant. It has like a lot of curves and stuff to it. It's a little bit more elegant. I would urge you guys to take a look at the aluminum one if you guys were interested, just so you can get a better sense of like the shape of this thing. But it is quite nice. The polycarbonate, pretty good quality. Everything else, pretty good quality. My issues, again, just to round it off with this one last time before we hop off here. Threaded inserts for the PC version, we need to have that. So I'm going to make a note of that. And then the hot swap PCB, unfortunately, has a backwards hot swap unit, or I guess a hot swap socket rather. So it's unusable if you don't take that out. So I'll make a note of that. Oh God, I'm tired. Thank you. I have some cherry clip-ins. Yeah, that's my favorite one, dude. All right, though, guys. That's pretty much the stream. This was the Sin65. Tomorrow we're doing the Iquinix 1+1, which seems like an interesting looking keyboard. I don't know how that's going to sound, though. But I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to edit those photos for you guys. And once I finish editing them, I'll hopefully get it done all tonight. I'll probably push that wallpaper update for you guys, because that seems like it's going to be pretty fun. But let's go raid Marcia. She's doing a giveaway. Oh, no, she's building a giveaway keyboard. I don't know if it's being given away today. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thanks for the support, everybody. I love you guys. I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you guys for the subs. Thank you guys for the follows. Appreciate you guys tuning in. I'll see you guys tomorrow anyways. And then I think literally I'm streaming for like the next 3 or 4 days. So I'll see you guys practically every day this week. Juan. So nice.
I would do 65 sins for just one kiss.
Huh? Okay. All right, though, guys. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Thank you, Juan. Appreciate you, dude. And I hope everyone has a great night. Oh, shit. Can I not raid Marcia now? Because it's... Oh, shit. Okay. It'll just probably time out. Do I have to raid again? All right, guys. Enjoy. Take care, everybody. There it goes. Okay, perfect. Sometimes when like the hype train thing pops up, I can't raid. Bye, everybody. Take care. See you tomorrow. Love you guys. Bye-bye. Enjoy Marcia's stream.